Good evening, or rather, have a spooky night. I'm Adventure Argonaut. This is Call of Cthulhu. This is the name is quite generic because nowadays there's many Lovecraft or Cthulhu inspired games, but this is just called Call of Cthulhu, but from 2018 by Cyanide. Um, Cyanide, I'm not sure if it's games or industries or cyanide, whatever, but it's a French company and they made the Blood Bowl, like computer versions of Blood Bowl. So right off the bat, that's not a positive in my book. I absolutely abhor the. I've just because I think there's like three versions of Blood Bowl on PC. Just to right off the bat, or but like I just played the first one, and because Blood Bowl itself can be aggravating with all the randomness and stuff, but like also the netcode was really bad in it. So yeah, I am biased toward against Cyanide because of that reason. But let's see what kind of this game, because I haven't played this. One reason being that it was from Cyanide, and also like in regards of the bugginess of the of the other game of Blood Bowl. This also, like I tested it yesterday just enough to see that it works, and actually in the start menu the game crashed a couple of times, and then I did some internet searching, and then so yeah, I tried the beginning just a bit to see that it works and stuff. So yeah, I had to do some internet searching, and then I found how to fix it. I like just had to input some codes to Windows and stuff, and now it seems to be working at least. So that was difficult. Also, there's no field of view slider, and like everything seems super zoomed in, like in a console game or something. But also, I found a fix for that online because it does sort of like it might give a slight headache. Like some people complain about it, like the 3D. But okay, let's start with the intro sequence. I didn't watch this though. Okay, there's fish. But hey, I think this game is still mostly positive on Steam and stuff, so it's not supposed to be terrible or anything. Just I don't know, I guess disappointing. But like my biggest gripe is the name. Is so like there's many games that are Call of Cthulhu, something like Call of Cthulhu, Shadow of the Comet, and so forth. So this should also be, Call of Cthulhu. You wake up in a dismal dungeon or something. Okay, so it's just this, and we are some sort of private investigator, I think. But I think it looks okay. But yeah, like if I move the camera fast, it sort of gets on my like it might give me a headache. Like probably if I streamed this game for like 5 hours in a row, my head might not like it. I wanna play around just to show the field of view. Like if I put FOV like here, I think that's like the native. Okay, now it doesn't look so bad. But like the first when I turn it on, okay, yeah, like here, I think it looks like it's too close and stuff. But yeah, okay, let's increase it a bit. But it is nice that there are helpful people on the internet who know stuff, and it was quite easy to modify this. I think maybe like doesn't have to be max. And now it looks like everything is further away. So yeah, this is locked. This is just a tutorial, or I don't know how it ends. I played this for like 5 minutes. So yeah, this is dark. I have to pick this up, and there's something here. Oh my god, it's a fish. A fishy. And we got bolt cutters. Let's cut some bolts, or chains rather. There's, I don't know if it, no, okay, can we? No, we cannot cut it from this side. I think I can cut the chain from the other side, but I don't think it really matters. And there's some fish carcasses. And that dolphin or whatever doesn't look happy. It's not that subtle for Lovecrafty and stuff. Like, you know, so much gore right off the bat. Run, does it mean that we should run to escape, or just run because I've been running already? I figured that I'm smart. I played games before that shift is run. Look like a cult of Picards.
Perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Okay.
I hate whiskey.
He's a lousy detective if he hates whiskey. That we cannot
Been too
forgive.
long since I've slept in a bed. The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage. I used to be an avid reader.
Okay, we're gonna open and close this drawer.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
So, Pierce Investigation Agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay. But I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from the unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Well, obviously Cthulhu is in the name. What's in the name? Would Cthulhu by any other name be as beautiful? Ooh, spot hidden. Okay, that's +1. This is like in the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. The skill spot hidden. It's not like detection or perception. It's spot hidden. Okay, occultism. I wonder if there's also gonna be mythos skill. And there's sanity, of course. Mental trauma. Okay, I guess I will unlock more mental traumas. Okay, I like the sound of that. Dark water. Okay, so is it the place where I live or something? The name Darkwater is a bit too on the nose as well. Lost Battalion. 10-7-18. Okay, maybe this is like code for my safe. Lighter. My old lighter that I engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division of the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. Okay. And I guess this is the date. So yeah, it's the last year of the Great War.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Lesbians already. Okay. The husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed. Rotate. Okay, we can rotate stuff. Okay. I guess maybe that's just, sort of background to make us seem competent. That, we actually solved some case.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. Okay. Yeah, because it's prohibition, of course. Truly an evil time.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. I should get rid of all this stuff.
Game saved because I closed the radio.
It's been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Okay, wait, what? Did I get something new? Like, it looks like the stuff I already have here. Inventory. Knowledge. Okay, so these cases do appear here. Okay, solved and closed. Okay. What? Okay, let's have a drink first. This will affect your destiny. Okay, well, we're gonna be smarter if we drink whiskey. Okay, then we can answer the phone. Man, I hate phones.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Okay, this is just... So I have 8 available points. Okay, so... this is... So yeah, this is 6. Okay, let's get spot hidden. What? Okay, so now it's level 3. About here. Okay. I could get this. I guess I should save the rest of it. No, I could remove this. It's, okay, yeah. But this one was actually less than I expected. I have no idea, like, about the skills, which ones are actually needed and stuff, or is it like, good to max up one, or be a jack of all trades, or what exactly? Let's get some eloquence. Sure. No, we won't need any medicine. Or I don't know if the medicine stuff is just for healing myself, or is it also like for healing NPCs if there be. So I have to allocate my points. Fine, let's get some investigation. Okay. You really want to validate this character points attribution? Yes, sure.
Information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do there's never been more investigative work than now.
Are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce?
Excuse me.
I'm
Drinking.
coming.
He's ugly. Drinking water is sometimes difficult, and I almost choked myself to death. Okay. That guy looks
Sir,
evil.
I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem. And I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
I have
you know
my
to
whiskey
whom you
bottle over
speak?
there
Stephen
on a
Webster,
different
Industrial
table, and
Eastern
like
Architect. All of Boston knows you.
just
Tell
seeing
me,
all
Mr.
this makes
Pierce,
me
are you
want to
capable
crack it
of handling
open.
a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl. She is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
So is it like a Rorschach test? Ah, okay, this looks
What
like
am I supposed to find?
the guy
Tell
in the
me-
dream, the tentacles.
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Okay, let's check the
A
file
warehouse on
first.
Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
A shipping label. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36 Darkwater. The police report. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? Press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son, Simon. Okay. So Sarah Hawkins. So she's the one who made the painting, I presume. Then let's see. So okay, I cannot save whenever. I guess it's have to rely on the autosaves. Investigation.
The symbol on the man's chest. It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Unlocked a new answer. Okay, well, let's first ask about this. Find out about Warehouse
The sender's
36.
label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Okay, I read about her mental
You
fragility in
must
the
tell me
police
if what
report.
the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Investigation professional. Something's not. I guess I can say you shouldn't take this painting
The
lightly.
meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Okay, where did she live?
Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Something's not right
Her
with the
husband
story.
was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The meaning could be exactly as it
Oops,
appears.
I tapped
think your
out to
daughter is sending
increase
you
the
a message.
volume a bit.
That's
and
what
then-
I believe, too. It was 3 months
Skip.
ago that I received, and yet a short while.
Okay, that's how I can skip the lines.
The sender's label mentioned.
That's right.
And you think your daughter.
That is what go to dark.
Okay, I guess that's all then.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
Okay.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. The Lost Battalion. I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, Learning of Medicine, Volume 1. A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. First volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see. So now we have some clues and stuff. Okay, there's the Charles Hawkins disease. So is it the, yeah, it's the husband. So Charles Hawkins was a local celebrity on Darkwater. The heir of a shipowner family, he used to travel a lot. He met Sarah Hawkins during a trip in Paris. They fell in love, got married, and Hawkins took her to the remote island of Darkwater. They had a child named Simon and lived very secretive life. And this is a Stephen Webster, businessman, a wealthy businessman, well respected in the Boston area. Stephen Webster came to see me in order that I investigate the death of his only daughter, Sarah Hawkins. The man accepts neither refusals nor inconvenient truths. He is ready to do anything to prove that his daughter was not mad. Sarah Hawkins, painter. Sarah Hawkins, a painter known to her tortured artistic universe, for her tortured artistic universe. She was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and the rarity of her public appearances. I seem to remember that she once said, I paint what my dreams whisper to me. Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnists. A wealthy Boston heiress, known her for party-going, chooses to follow her new husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of newspapers and nobody heard any more about her. Even her death in a fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continued to seek the truth. So, Hawkins, 11 years old, schoolboy, only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins. He died in a fire and that claimed his whole family. Is that so? So this is the art of Sarah Hawkins, intuitive and visionary artist for some, overpriced imposter for others. Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. This mysterious and reserved painter offers strange images with violent colors and wild strokes to the world. In her, if her paintings are a testimony to her vision of the world, then the world of Sarah Hawkins is a portal open to other dimensions. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. Okay. This is it's sort of like Ordo Mechanicus from Warhammer 40k, like this style. This painting depicts a monstrous silhouette threatening a woman and child. Flames can be made out in the background. Stephen Webster, father of Sarah Hawkins, thinks that it is linked to the death of his daughter. Okay, a woman protecting child, so maybe this is Sarah and her son, and this is the husband, who is like, maybe he's like a, deep one or something. Okay, now there's. I was certain to find something in Darkwater in my bookcase, okay?
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston, but I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century, but it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of the small land of the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. Natural sciences.
Okay, fine. Let's finally leave the office then. Leave. Oh, I got one XP or CP. Pierce took the Hawkins case. Cursed artist is accused of having caused a fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label and address, a warehouse set on top of the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. So are we already on Darkwater? Like, okay, I'd like a cutscene or something at least. Well, let's see if we get it. Enter madness. Okay, we got a cutscene. Okay. Focus Home Interactive presents. A game by Cyanide Studio. Yeah, not my favorite company, but let's give this game a fair shake. Like, I like the atmosphere so far. You know, drunkard detective, you know, investigating a cursed case. Always a good way to start a story. Call of Cthulhu. Yeah. R. What's that? No, it's not trademark, it's the other copyright. Call of Cthulhu copyright. Skilla. Silla. Iya, Cthulhu Fatagan. Iya, Cthulhu Fatagan.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
This guy has sort of Innsmouth vibes.
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
Landlubber.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Go to the bar, talk to Bradley. Who is Bradley? Okay, let's see. Oh, there's a whale. They're having a whale of a time.
Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
Oh, medicine.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
And you know, you can't jump in this game, nor can you just walk into the sea either.
The same goes for you, sir.
Ah, this is
Move
Bradley.
along.
You're totally out of your depth.
Don't treat me like another one of these locals. You're completely overwhelmed, and you could do with reinforcements.
What are you thinking? That you can call the National Guard to an island like Darkwater? For a stranded fish? Gosh darn, Mr. Not Like Another One of these locals. Go give your valuable advice somewhere else, huh? Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand.
Don't put that beast back in the
Okay,
water, you
I guess we
shysters. You're
said the
crazy.
wrong thing.
They're cops.
It's
They can't
probably,
understand.
was
Damn
obvious,
stupid
but
idiots.
if it was
Forget it.
offered,
Nobody
I
listens
had to
to us
try
anyway.
it.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah.
Be confident and kick their asses with my smartiness.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Yeah, that's good. What's this? Oh, they're not people. Reminds me of Avowed. NPCs are just, background thingies. Did he spit at his feet?
Hey, be careful.
Tough guy, tough hombre. Oh, femme fatale.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Uh, it wasn't me who went looking for it. So this is eloquence. Okay, let's see. I put some points into eloquence.
Yet you served this man, and you can't say he's been on his best behavior.
He's a regular. It was you who provoked him by turning up with your mainland manner.
You mistake my man.
Mainlander.
I ask nothing more than to become a regular as well, which will be difficult if you refuse to serve me.
I hope you're less talkative when you're drunk.
Try me.
We'll see.
Okay, let's order a
Captain
drink.
Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
Only a
I
small
wouldn't say
glass.
no to a glass.
Try this.
Well, it just magically teleported there. Damn, they're witches.
I think we'll get along well.
This will affect your destiny. Because we're a drunkard. Okay, find out about Darkwater. Okay, Sarah
What can you
Hawkins.
tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
It's not speaking ill if it's
Her
true.
vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Uh, it's true they were strange.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and
Well,
all
that's
that.
true.
We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Okay, so
I've
enough
got what I
about
need.
her.
Anything else?
Why the stranded
Stranded
whale?
whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you?
Yeah, the bar is also called
The
Stranded.
name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
No
I
prohibition.
didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
She. Maybe it's the femme fatale in the corner. Looking for
You know where
warehouse
this place
36.
is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I guess that's
That'll be
all for now. Hey, that's what he said. How about this guy? So we cannot make friends with this dude.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting. The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The chanty, 21st May 1847. Miraculous catch. The Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. And we had given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch of the brave vessel had on board, of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales. The cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of the perilous catch, but also of its meat unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There's no doubt that the immense size of the whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate. So I wonder if they made a deal with Cthulhu or Dagon or something to be able to catch the huge whale.
My God. Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering.
Elgin
Will
Drake.
follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high.
I'm not sure what he's
It's a
babbling
book,
about.
after all.
He's got some
Pure knowledge.
tattoos or weird occult scars, something like that.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
End
What
of
brought
whaling.
whaling to an end?
The whales, of course. They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
The whales
Could
went
say
to
that,
Scotland.
yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
What's this
I've
song?
never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
Weirder proof.
Why is he suddenly
Without
so
it, the
like
whole
it,
of Darkwater would have died of
suggesting it's
hunger in
bullshit?
1847.
Like,
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
yeah, why is
I bid you
Mr.
farewell,
Pierce
gentlemen.
Edward
Good night,
so like, ooh,
stranger.
it's fake
So
news? Like,
long.
well, why would you suspect that? There's the chick.
What you looking at, stranger?
Uh, she can certainly put them
I've
away.
rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
what? Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
I wonder if I keep pestering her, will she shoot me or this guy or something? But yeah, I don't think you can save whenever, so... And yeah, this game has skill checks, so maybe you can fail them and stuff. Okay, that's locked. Okay, then I guess I have to go talk to the guy, whatever his name was, Fitzroy. Right? Okay, it's this thing. Is there anything here? What? Why is this lantern like oozing evil energies or something? What's going on, man? Anything here? Nope. Let's check if there's anything here. Uh-huh. You didn't expect me to come from here.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Okay. So is it the woman in the bar? Is she cat?
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Let's close that.
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
So, there's a sperm whale. So, it's like different kinds of whales, I
Fishing
guess.
equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Toilet. Ooh, this is better than the USS Enterprise. There's actually a toilet. And just looting all his stuff without talking to him. Oh, learning of medicine 2. Okay, so do we get it? We get it? So does that actually like increase our skill, or how does it work? His second volume teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff. No, it doesn't. Occult medicine and occult skills can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. Okay. But in the character creation, I could have improved it without them. Okay. I guess probably spot hidden will help discover stuff then.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck. I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo
Okay, they're here.
They're on the table.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Hey, horror stream. Hi, welcome. Only a few dates are still legible: 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Okay. Where did Fitzroy go? There's also this evil mist here. Did he go up here? Probably.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
In this photograph, a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg. Maybe it's his grandfather, or maybe the guy is really old. Well, yeah, if he's been healed by Dagon or Cthulhu or something. So yeah, maybe he is like over 100 years old, and he lost his leg, and then he's been healed with some sort of weird magics. That's definitely a possibility.
What a macabre souvenir.
Is that? Ah, it's the peg leg. Okay. Then yeah, it's unless that's like misdirection, but it's a bit too obvious. Like, yeah, the guy is really old and somehow has access to some inhuman healing techniques, whether it's some deep one, genes, genetics, or magic. That's different story. Okay, let's go. Ah, here he
From
is.
here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Let's ask. No. Your documents are
Your
unreadable.
manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything
The
special enough for
Epstein
someone
files.
to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I thought fishing stopped in 1847.
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
Okay, how about Darkwater? His photographs look strangely like you.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I saw the killer whale on the wharf.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
What would have killed
Killer
it?
whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Indeed, you're right.
Why are they putting it back in the
police
sea?
took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least.
What is this miraculous catch?
Miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the Stranded Whale.
Yeah, read it. Who is Cat?
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Okay, about Warehouse 36,
I'm
where's
looking
that?
for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Okay.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
You
It
underestimate
belonged to
me.
the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
Okay.
I shall be on
let's
my
go.
way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Ooh, I got XP. Okay, now... Who's this guy? Oh, he's fishing. It's weird, I'm pressing spacebar and I can't jump. Well, this is a white man, so I guess it makes sense. Heh heh.
They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens.
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not
Can we
sailors.
talk to this guy
It's
again?
a sign.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand.
Don't put that beast
Nothing
back
to
in the
see
water, you
here.
shysters. You're crazy.
There's a statue. Is it? So is that 36? I don't want to go there yet. I want to look around first. What? Occultism.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers.
Okay.
Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Oh, guys. He's standing on a fish or something, sort of like Saint George slaying the dragon or something. Or no, Saint Michael stepping on Satan. That's like some famous painting, right? Just gonna look around. Because, you know, occult you learn by finding items and stuff and medicine. Maybe there's something like that to be found here. Even though it doesn't look like there's that much, you know, just random loot or anything to find. Like, I presume there's gonna be combat of some sort because we have strength
live
and
here?
stuff. Like
Why
this
did
stuff.
you do that, huh? We saw what you did to St. Brendan. Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I'd never have done such a
I
thing.
respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the
Ah,
statue.
there on the right.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Darkwater?
Who are these guys keeping
Two
guard?
guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Who's
Is
Cat?
it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
Okay, let's find out more.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Is this where you
Peculiar
live?
house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
Okay. But yeah, it was
I've taken enough of your time.
the whaling
I'll
stuff
see you
was
later.
supposedly shut down 80 years ago, and these guys aren't 80 years old.
You could tell me. No, if it gets out, who's this guy?
No idea. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
Let's investigate their activities.
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Yes.
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I bid you,
Okay, let's
gentlemen.
go for now. So yeah, okay, that building over there is not warehouse 36. Then there was like one door that maybe I can open. So let's go have a look at it, and then maybe talk to Cat. Maybe we can convince her. Okay, investigation means lockpicking, apparently. Spot hidden skill allows you to detect hidden items in a close range. All of these are found, blah blah blah, something. It's too fast. Can we get Yeah, we don't have light. Ah, okay. We have
Hello, old friend.
bottle of liquor. What if I close the door? Can I see something? I guess that's all there is. If that's all there is. How do I get rid of the lighter? Oh, guys, it's the mouse wheel, like the third button. Okay, so I am holding the right mouse button, so we can peek like this. Is it really gonna be useful? I guess, yeah, sure. Let's go talk to Cat.
You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
What could have done so much damage?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Oh, can we go here? Let's have a look. Member of asylum staff. Like, where's the asylum? Where's the staff? Like, I also saw those messages while inside the bar.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
You're not scared of their
I've
boss?
seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
Is there anything else here? Oh, okay, so this is the warehouse. So does it mean that, because now there's the question mark down there, so we are sneaking? Maybe this is like another way in. Let's try to talk to Cat first. You know, we have some eloquence. Maybe we can seduce her or something. Join her gang. These are the singing dudes.
Another
Oh, there's more
break.
people here now.
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just
So
a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after.
I told you to beat it.
okay, let's go back. If those are the guys who were guarding there.
Oh yeah. He's gonna get us into trouble.
Now, who's this guy?
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
Okay, we're on the same team. How to test eloquence.
What's the difference between a police officer and a private detective?
The badge?
Exactly. Apart from that piece of metal, there's nothing that sets us apart.
You think so?
We're looking for the same thing, you and I.
Okay, spare me the next verse. I'll tell you what I know. There are sailors who think that there's a beast prowling around the docks. Then again, these guys panic at the thought of bringing a rabbit onto a boat, so...
I see.
And there are others who would like to use the warehouses for their goods.
Who are they?
Sorry, I really can't talk about them. Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
Okay.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger
So we
starts
have to
poking
find
around the
old
property.
Silas.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Fine. Ah, the guys are back. Okay, let's see if we sneak through here.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Okay. What if I talk to these guys again?
Well, well, look who's back.
Did you miss us?
Yeah, I asked all that. Get rid of the two
I have
guards.
an offer that could interest you.
We're listening.
We
have
have
to keep them
the
busy
I have the
for-
bottle.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly about your business. What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help me?
There's only one thing that'll get us to move.
For sure. Bring us something to drink and we'll take care of the bootleggers.
Exactly, I got a bottle
What
on
I've
me.
got.
You're a good guy, you.
Yeah, they're getting their asses kicked.
Cheers, you jackass.
I don't feel well.
Hey, where are you going?
Say that again. I hope for your sake that I didn't hear.
No, it's not what you think.
Okay. We got in here. These stairs don't work. What's this? Is this where it all burnt down?
Let's see. Perfect. Oh, this place stinks.
So is this the...
What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
To enter a reconstruction scene, hold both button. Okay. So are we sort of like in back in the past?
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks. Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
I'm not gonna leave yet. Psychology.
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? Can't sleep. I know how that feels. What happened here?
So somebody punched the mirror. The The mirror ain't hurting no one. Well, except the guy who's punching it, because, you know, when it shatters, the shard's gonna hurt you. Okay, I guess that's everything. Okay, new clue. Hawkins warehouse, and we got XP. How many? Should I erase my investigation or my spot? Sure, I want to be an expert investigator.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there?
Why can't we just
Don't
run?
move. The Hawkins case has been wound up. Let the dead rest in peace.
Threaten. Let's team up. Okay. I wonder, like, you know, if I fail, is it just fail and I can't do it, or is it like, and it's like test psychology? I have no idea. Like, I guess there are die rolls.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door?
Okay.
And open your eyes, damn it.
So we're just gonna
This guy
go.
went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again.
Bootlegger.
This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on,
He's not even
keep
that
the
fat.
smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
I wonder if the
Behind you, at the top of the ridge.
cop is gonna try to kill us or something.
You see the building?
It's gonna hit us in
That's
the back.
Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got
No.
some driving to do.
Okay. Chapter 3, Guardian of the Hawkins Mansion. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place, thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprise signs of recent occupation as well as a partly charred painting. Interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins Mansion. Okay. Just wondering if we left anything behind. Ah, so this guy has a new smile. So is Cat the one who did it to him? So there's something lurking there.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I thought the mansion burned in a
I
fire.
see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
You're not the first one to talk about Winchester. Hi, I'm Ed Winchester.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
What else? You know the place very well, investigation expert.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
The place is falling
You
into
won't get me
ruin.
to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around it, would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Anything I should be wary of? Yeah,
I
me,
prefer to
Clonk.
be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Okay, let's not waste any more
Night
time.
falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why
Sure.
not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
He seems like a decent guy, like this cop. But you never know. Can I go explore somewhere else? Or is it like, you have to stay with your escort quest, otherwise game over in 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, nothing really here.
Someone is using the fireplace. I suppose that this is where old Winchester lives.
This small wooden whale. A figurine of a whale carved from wood is the sort of toy that sailors made for their children. Okay. Looks sort of cool. And there's
Recently fallen.
yeah.
It's as if all life has abandoned the place.
Abandon all hope, all ye who enter here. Investigation. Come on.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined, but the architecture seems too recent.
Was hilltop house built in 1693 by Reverend John Wickwood. Ah, there's the cop. So let's go this way first. Game saved.
I'll have to find another entrance.
It's getting dark. There's some Minecraft music.
This entrance is still in use.
Huh?
Whoa!
Ah, that's Silas.
You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
There's like a timer.
Yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood.
My son is crying. I'll be right back. That's my son. You can probably hear him.
Listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
You shouldn't really need this key.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin?
Yeah, that's it. Vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do.
We managed to convince
Go on,
you.
then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Okay. Can we go see the cop? Oh, okay, he's here now. Oops,
Yes.
sorry.
Shall we enter? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
I want to go see the place where the cop was standing, if there's something else there. Of course, you can never go where you are, you know, where the game is leading you to go. I'm holding my son, so I have to steer with one hand. Okay, that's the graves. Okay. Investigation.
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Someone desecrated one of the graves.
Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Strange final resting
Why were they
place.
buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh.
Yeah, I guess it's Silas. Put them there. And then the last grave is the kid. Oh,
poor kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not letting my son see the game. Holding him away. You know, this is Call of Cthulhu. Maybe I shouldn't test his sanity so much yet. Although, like, you know, maybe it's good to start young. So, you know, if you can deal with Cthulhu when you're, you know, toddler, maybe nothing phases you anymore. Okay, is there anything else here? What's this place? And is this?
This gate is locked.
Okay, this is locked. So we can't go there. Ah, there's this cabin. So is this Silas's cabin? Okay, nothing here in this corner. Okay, there's clues.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes. I know a thing or two about solitude myself.
Solitude. Fortress of Solitude. Oh, it's locked. Okay, guess we can't go in here. There's a lighthouse.
Bourbon. Empty, of course.
Bourbon. Okay, let's see if there's... anything. Okay, let's go finally to the mansion, I guess. Manor house. Yeah. Anything here? Oh. Oh no, that's the call of Cthulhu right there. Yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, no. Beware of Cthulhu. Okay, let's go in.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Where was the cop? I guess he was still at the graveyard, since he teleported there when I went there. Pearson Officer Bradley explored the gardens of the Hawkins mansion. The family lies in the graveyard of the property guarded by Silas Winchester. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employers, keeps watch on the place armed with his axe. Pearson Bradley managed to calm him down and finally get hold of the key to the Hawkins mansion. They enter the building looking for the scene of the fire.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
Ooh, 2 CP. Well, it's more of this evil mist.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
Is there summon moose? Okay, so we have to do a reconstruction. Yeah, I guess there is nothing here. Like in the current day thingy of this room, so I have to do a reconstruction, I guess. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee-oh-wee-oh-wee-oh.
This roast. What strange creature has flesh like this?
So wait, how? So is the meat still there? Like how can we?
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Okay, so he rose from the chair. Oh, there's a painting. Okay, I guess that's the wife and the kid. Whoa, relax, Cthulhu. Relax. Okay. Now Cthulhu's mom is taking him away. Okay. Now Cthulhu is gone. So I guess nothing else in the reconstruction. It's curious, I cannot run in the reconstruction. Oh, I'm trying to... Oh, okay, there is still this thing.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
So were they arguing? Oh, okay, now we can look at this. Okay.
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
That's what it looks like. Okay, so we figured it all out. I didn't hold it long enough to leave the sea.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we
Okay,
don't
so
have
yeah,
all
the meat
day.
is still...
The
So,
scene of the fire is next door.
so I guess it was just only a few days ago. The death, but like... But yeah, they didn't burn to death in this room, obviously.
Silas managed to bring the fire under control, but it was already too late for the Hawkins.
What was this?
They seem happy, but Charles is already looking off into the future. His marriage just to stop along the way.
I don't know, is a painting, does it necessarily mean that?
Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
So, yeah. Charles Hawkins poses like an explorer in front of exotic ruins. It's common knowledge that he wasted away his fortune on expensive trips. What was he looking for?
Too much rubble.
What
We'll
are...
find an easier way.
What is any of us looking for?
Let's see if I can find something.
For happiness and for loot. Okay, so this is the fire. Fireplace. There's a fireplace and this is the place of the fire. Get it, get it.
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
The
Did someone
scratches.
escape the fire?
Maybe Charles escaped.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
Because it's evil. Made by Satan himself.
They had a fight. Why?
There's still something here. Shoes. Oh my gosh, Holocaust.
Shoes. How?
She's Cinderella, right? Yeah, and she's in Cinder.
Stop at the time of the fire.
So wait, is it 10 o'clock? I guess. The hands are not so clear, but looks like 10 o'clock to me. Guess that's all. Can I go through the door? I probably, yeah, I can't. Okay.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee.
Guess a monster or something. Oh, what's that? A bottle, a vial.
And the boy.
Oh. It's a toy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
Just checking because I just noticed that. Not sure if Rumble is working, but maybe it is. No, it's... Yeah, okay. For some reason Rumble stopped showing the stream, but others seem fine. So yeah, I guess Rumble sometimes does that. What else can I say except oops? Um, it's official. The police purchasing. The fire wasn't. The clues don't match. Fire wasn't just
I
an
firmly
accident.
believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
The couple had a
I
fight.
think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Like use a necromancer to talk to their spirits and ask. Oh, on CP.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
Where's the cop going? Okay, can we go here?
This door is locked.
Seeing this boarded window makes me think of Resident Evil 2 or something. History of medicine of the 18th century? Yeah, this collection of medicinal knowledge and health practice of the 18th century actually only covers the so-called civilized countries. It does not deal with the influence of holistic medicines or medicines from continents considered inferior. Okay. Medicine progression, that's good, I guess.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person.
Okay. So there was a bandage guy. Both places. So is he the one who took the painting?
This door is blocked from the outside. The lyrics of the drunken sailor. A sea shanty.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Where did the cop go? Did he go there? Yeah, he has a light over there, so maybe... Okay, we can't go here. We can jump.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
An original edition of H.P. Lovecraft's Rats in the Walls from whatever year it was from. More paintings. What's this?
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale.
Okay.
Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
So he was from Hartford. Because of the Hartford whalers.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. This place was falling apart long before the fire.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing here.
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance. If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
Okay, then maybe go up here. Oh, there's something here. Human body comparative analysis. So I guess this is more medicine stuff. Yeah. More of these evil smoky smoke thingies. What's that? Why did it suddenly get
A book on
evil?
hunting whales. The island's staple diet last century. There's something disturbing about this painting. There's something disturbing about this painting.
So wait, does that mean that I need some clues or something? Can I sub menus? Different chapters and stuff. Last Supper, Scene of the Fire. Okay. So it's not like I can. What are these symbols? Are they just to make it look more mysterious? Probably. So this is occult, the miraculous catch. Well, it's miraculous, so I guess so. Yes.
20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Jules Verne. Okay. Oh. We can just turn it on and off. Is there any point?
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla.
I guess this is just cosmetic to turn it on and off.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the case of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems to be able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me that although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Vellard. Who is Anton Vellard? Okay, yeah, we've been there. Should I go back to the cop to ask if he knows who is Anton Vellard? Or should we know him already?
Did you hear that?
Okay, I guess he's not doing anything, he's just staying there. When we run into Cthulhu or something here. Well, I don't think Cthulhu is gonna be in this mansion, but it's like it's gonna be something jump scare or something eventually. Oh, see, there was a bug or rat, something like that.
Locked.
Bug or rat, something like that. It's open. Toy soldier.
Boy's room. What was going through that boy's mind?
Oh, reconstruction.
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
Or maybe he was just, you know, a boy playing with his toys. Okay.
Tom Sawyer.
It's difficult to find the right position.
Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Maybe he could read it himself. It's 11. It's not impossible.
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy.
Maybe
What
he
was
had.
wrong with this family?
Yeah, maybe he's, got the Innsmouth gene or something. Like the boy.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something.
It's like some
Something terrified him.
Lovecraftian stuff. In my Lovecraft game, Lovecraftian stuff. Oh my god, no. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. How old is the book? I guess it was already around in the 20s, but it's just, the movie was made in the 30s or 40s. I've just seen that one. The book is still here. There's something here.
The argument that led to their tragic end seems to have been simmering for some time.
Simon's private journal, he seemed worried about his mother and her attacks. Tension also seems to be growing between the Hawkins couple. Could the fire be a result of an argument? Worried about his mother and her attacks. Doesn't mean like attack, like, kick your ass, or like, some sort of seizures. Today with mother we played in the gardens. You're still sad. She angry with father. Father scolded me. He shouted and wanted to spank me, but mother did not want him to. He's always angry. Why? There are lots of strange things in his office. I built a castle for mother and me. I told her to come and hide with me. She's always painting monsters. I don't like her monsters. I have bad dreams and they come to my bedroom and look at me. I cry and mother shouts at me and father says that I must take tablets. They are not nice. I don't want to take them. Mother is cleaning again, or no, screaming again. She cries a bit. Father is sad too and angry with mother. I don't know why. She says something raised. Mother is sad again. At lunch we ate in silence. It was strange. Father said, finish your dishes. We always eat the same thing. It looks like rotten fish and smells very bad. Why does he always want us to eat that? It's not very nice and we have to eat it again tonight. If I throw my plate on the floor and smash it. Okay, so that's what happened, because the plate was on the floor. So what's the point of this drawer? Like, well, why do you have these drawers that you open and then there's nothing inside, or like nothing relevant? Is there anything on the other side? No. I guess that's all for his room. There's some shitty fingers.
Locked.
I got the question mark item. Is it like maybe we're supposed to find the key to that door as well? Here? Okay, I guess it means there's something. Key that opens door to Sarah Hawkins' office was concealed. Okay, so I guess now we got the key. Is it this one or the other? Okay. Occultism.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve? Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
Fate brought us together, and forever it will bind us, and in the darkness bind us.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Okay, paintings Sarah sold. So Boston client JF, Boston client FS. JFFS, Boston, Dr. F, Dr. Fuller, I guess. Shambler, the Shambler, Dimensional Shambler, okay.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why.
Colonel Sanders. For some chicken. Okay. Yeah, sorry, if the light is not on, you can't see what's going on there.
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
My very dear Sarah, ever since you left to bury yourself away on that lost island, your art has been attracting increasing number of collectors. I beg you to send me some new paintings. The last ones, so somber and strange moving as no other paintings have been, are selling at premium price. A percentage of these most recent sales, if attached, do not forget your friend who was the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world. Affectionately yours, Maximilian L. Loser. So we cannot do a reconstruction in this room, I guess. Okay, can we go here?
The door is blocked on the other side.
Bradley? Is that you?
Uh-huh. Oh.
What will her room reveal about her?
Okay, so this is her room.
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
So barbiturates, they act as depressant of the nervous system, but once you begin, you can never live without them. Of that I know something. Okay. What's this? Oh, okay, it's shiny. Is there a skeleton in the closet? Okay, let's... What? Okay, we cannot do the reconstruction stuff. There is still something here. I have the green question mark. Ah, here. Sarah Hawkins' sketches look more like a gallery of horrors than anatomical studies. Do they represent what haunts her nights? Occultism progression. Okay, that's very good. Still, there is something to be found here. I explored this drawer. Nothing behind the curtains. Here.
A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Fuller.
Dr. Thomas Fuller, Riverside Institute, Darkwater, Massachusetts. Date 21/7/24. 75 mg of amobarbital sodium to be taken every 4 to 6 hours as required. If attacks become too violent, add 25 mg of phenobarbital up to 3 times a day. Do not consume alcohol or any other medication during this period of treatment. Dr. Thomas Fuller, Take 2, Darkwater General Store.
That's a massive dose. Was Sarah violent?
So investigation just means lock picking, basically. Well, something else.
This padlock is too complicated for me. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
But I think this is just the room where we found the key anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. I think that's all. Yeah, the question mark has been check marked. So let's go here. Is this the guy's room? cutscene. Oh, a lantern finally. Why is there a lit lantern there? I don't think those will, burn for days. Like, or does it mean that there's somebody been here recently? Is that our picture? Yeah, I think it's this guy. A protagonist. Oh my god.
You! Stop!
Catch the thief.
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
Okay. Exciting. What's this icon in there? Right.
I'll cover you.
Bottom right. I can change lights.
This door was closed earlier.
Which door? I mean this big door or what? I'm not sure what door is he talking about. This one? No, we came from here. No, it's this door, yeah, where he's...
Where did he go? Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater.
They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips. It looks like an old seaway map.
Somebody has added coordinates to this old sea map. They make up a journey. So what? It's like in British Isles, Spain, some... Is it like the Canary Islands, something? Okay, sure. The Scylla, Prodigal, Orpheus, Saint Claudine. So there's like different trips. I wonder if like this seems like an actually interesting puzzle. Oil refilled.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well.
In this photograph, Captain Hawkins and Captain Fitzroy are posing with a third one. They seem close.
I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. This panel is movable.
What? Okay, I'm first gonna
like
explore
map
more
of
other stuff.
Darkwater.
Because probably opens
Certain
the door.
areas have been highlighted. I wonder why.
Map of Darkwater and hand drawn by Charles Hawkins. Some places have been circled. Map of Darkwater. Okay, it just seems like complete, schizo gobbledygook.
As if the bookcase has been moved.
Yes, very, very subtle. This game is too subtle
like
for me.
This came from a log.
Darkwater Island, we sailed north all morning. Captain Hamilton is confident. He says that we'll beat the Orpheus this season. May God be merciful. And then I preferred it when the whales disappeared without trace. With these carcasses, we can no longer ignore their sad fate. What is eating these huge beasts? I told Hamilton, and it was a bad omen. He doesn't care. We dropped anchor near a village. The inhabitants say that the waters are red with the blood of sacred beasts, and to follow them is to defy the gods. I told them that I only feared God Almighty, but in the loneliness of the hold I'm scared. We have sighted a huge whale in the distance. Its size seems to be beyond anything known to man. It sends out an infernal song. Hamilton wants it. We've caught it. It's the most grotesque whale I've ever laid eyes upon. It will go into memory as the biggest catch ever. Men have died, but we have gained glory. This day will be celebrated for years to come. Darkwater, we have beaten the Orpheus, returned with empty hulls. The Scylla and the Hamilton are only memories.
There must be a link with the Seaway map.
Ah, so okay, this...
This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
Okay, so this is the puzzle. Wait. Okay, I wanna go. So we have to solve the puzzle,
Doesn't
I
work.
guess.
I must have missed something. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the...
Yes. No, I wanna try to solve the puzzle.
The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
So is it the Scylla, or is that the one? So the Scylla goes from Darkwater. It's like the flag of Nepal. So 33, 53. Ah, yeah, here's the numbers.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
I wonder if it's like... just has to be in the correct spot.
I must have missed something. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
So is it like one of these? 57 north, south, 1 S, 1 west? What? Is it 51 west? 57, 51. Okay, I don't know. Let's try to find that. So this is 60, 50. Okay, it says 60 here.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
I wonder, like, do I have to, like, trace the whole...
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Is this is probably the island, like Darkwater.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Do I have the thing in my clues here? Inventory knowledge. Ah, okay, these are the Celtic runes. Small polished stones decorated with Celtic or Celtic runes, probably used for divination rituals. They are mostly found in Europe. It has to be the Scylla, right?
The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. Charles Hawkins was a sort of traveler, right?
More like an adventurer, I guess. He left for months. exploring remote places and abandoned temples.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
So 57, 51. It's very difficult to get so like accurate numbers with that globe. $57, 51.
There must be a link with the Seaway map.
But this is so yeah. Ah, okay, it's probably this. Yeah, okay, this is what they call it. 3357. 3357.
There must be a link with the Seaway map.
Going around the world. 33. Did I say 57?
There must be a link with the Seaway map.
53. 33, 53. Oh no, this is...
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
I think it's probably somewhere.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work.
There's 53, but like, where's... How many dots do I really have to... I can't even use the mouse wheel, like the mouse cursor, to look at the dots to count. It looks more like 10 in a row, so it's... But yeah, it's 15, so okay, I guess there's 15 dots. So I guess this is probably 50, and then this is... See, now this is... We're at 60. 55.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Let's try to look at the map.
Doesn't work. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Yeah, because it's this one. So yeah, this is... So yeah, it's quite far from Greenland. It's, you know, it's still closest to the east coast, like New England. What's this?
This Dr. Fuller, was he Sarah Hawkins' therapist?
Charles, I understand your worries, but I assure you that Sarah is in good hands here at the Riverside Institute. It goes without saying that her state requires very specific care and a high level of attention. Her full potential will only be able to express itself if she is placed in a secure environment and surrounded by qualified staff. The decision is yours, of course, but I seem to understand that you are running out of time. Your friend, Thomas Fuller. Somewhere. Is it the O?
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Okay, there's so 33 somewhere. Okay.
Looks
finally.
like it worked.
Okay, like the idea of the puzzle
Well done, Pierce.
was better than the puzzle is a bit like obtuse, like how to use that, because like the controls of the globe are a bit confusing, but like it's suggesting there might be something hidden here because there's the question mark.
As if the bookcase has been... Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for years.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Oh,
Charles
here.
Hawkins was keeping her father's letters from her.
These letters have not been opened, but visibly have not left Charles Hawkins' office. They are tied together by carefully knotted braid. Why did Hawkins intercept his wife's mail? So it's the dad, yeah. Okay. Okay, now we found everything. I sort of appreciate that the game tells you that you still have stuff to find. Okay, chapter 4. I guess I'm gonna end the stream here. It's quite late and I still have to do some stuff. But you know, I'm sort of in enjoying the investigation. I like investigation games like this, even though you know the mechanics they're a bit simple, but then the RPG elements are a bit too obtuse because you don't really know like what the chances are, you know, when you try to do a check with you know psychology or strength and whatever. So yeah, it's definitely you know not the best game out there, but and you know like a simplified console adventure game so far, but you know the atmosphere is
The
decent.
secret passage. Under the
But yeah, I'm Adventure Argonaut. Thank you for watching, and I'll get back to this on Monday. Bye bye.